YouTube, it's Suzanne here, and today is a special video, and it is dedicated to my friend Claire, who has shown me so much support for my YouTube channel, and she always posts the videos that I make on her Facebook, and she helps me out a lot that way. And she also gives me tons of craft supplies, and I am so appreciative of her for doing that. And so I just wanted to give back a little bit, and today I have made her one of my original designs that I came up with. It's called a nesting wreath. It's a big wreath with a little wreath in it, and you can hang them together, you can hang them separate, and I will show you what that looks like in a minute. But first I just wanted to tell you my friend is also a crafter, and she makes amazing tumblers, and she's only getting better every time she makes another one. She's coming up with more and more great ideas, and I just wanted to show a couple of them to you. And these aren't even her best ones, and I just wanted to show you a couple of them that are so cool. And if you would like to purchase one, you can find a link down below in the description box to her website where you can purchase one. She's also a medium, and she does readings, so I will also post a link to that as well if you're interested in that. And here are a couple of the cups that she's given me, and I thought this one with the Starbucks logo was absolutely amazing. It says "Drink Up Witches," and it's got like a little skeleton Starbucks lady on it. I thought that was absolutely cool. And glitter, of course, you know, that's my thing. And then we have this one with this awesome glitter tape on from Dollar Tree, and these mugs are so nice, and they're so smooth, and they feel so professional and so good. You know, they feel like high quality mugs, like you bought it from a store. This one, oh my god, look at this one, the Grinch. He's so cute. And look at that glitter, hollow glitter. Is that cool or what? So I will leave all of her information down below, and I will show you the wreath, and it's green, and that's her favorite color. So I hope she enjoys it, and please support her, and support me, and subscribe. That would be awesome. So let me get on to it and show you the wreath, all right? Okay, I am going to be making another wreath using a Dollar Tree wreath form. Some burlap ribbon. This was not bought at Dollar Tree. This was given to me by my friend. And I'm going to use the lace ripped off of the burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree. I just pulled it apart. It comes off really easy. A bunch of their hydrangeas from Dollar Tree. They're two different color greens. These are gypso from Dollar Tree. These are just branches. I think they're flocked. No, they're just branches. I think they just labeled them as branches. They might be flocked branches, but I'm pretty sure they're just branches. Then I have some scrap sequin ribbon from Dollar Tree. I don't know if I'm going to use this or not. I have some berries. These are from Dollar Tree. They're just berries. Some white lilacs. I have a couple bunches of those. A couple of these green hop plants. I have a couple of them in here. Also in some of the berries and some of the hydrangeas and gypso in here. And then the last flower that I have from Dollar Tree are these cattail looking things. And that is it. And we're going to need some craft wire and something to cut with, some scissors and some snips. I'm not sure if I'll be using the glitter one yet, the sequins, but we'll see. First I'm going to start with this burlap, and I'm going to wind it around the entire wreath form. Just want to cut this off. I must have glued it on backwards. Be very careful not to burn yourself. And then wrap this around nice and tight, overlapping the ribbon a little bit as you're wrapping it around. And if you don't have this particular burlap ribbon. They have green burlap ribbon. They have just plain burlap ribbon. They have the burlap ribbon with the lace on. You could just rip the lace off and put them on the wreath separately. Okay. I'm just going to glue this part down. And I'm going to get another piece of this ribbon, because this ribbon was super big, so I cut it in half. All right, now I'm going to work on the next piece here. I'm just going to glue it to where this part ended, and then just keep continuing to wrap it around. Here's the end. I'm just going to glue this down. Glue that. And then I'm going to chop it off. You can always save this little piece of ribbon. I always save my little scraps like this because you'd be surprised. Sometimes you could just cut this in half and wrap it around half of a wreath. And that might be plenty of ribbon. And, you know, just decorate this side. Use this ribbon part that you only have a tiny bit for. That's what I use my scraps for. All right. Now I'm going to wrap lace around. Same way we did this. Only I'm going to wrap the lace the opposite way that I wrapped this. So if you went this way, now go this way. Hold on, if I can get this off. Let me show you what I mean. I still have one more fall wreath. I know I keep saying one more wreath, one more wreath. I've done about, you know, 10 wreaths maybe. I haven't counted them, but it's getting close to 10, if not 10. I don't know what number this is. I know I need to move along to other projects because I love to do wreaths. I can do them all day long. They're fun, they're fast. They make great gifts for, you know, birthdays or holidays, or just to give to somebody, just to be nice. All right, we're going to have plenty of this, so no worries. I think I'm going to let it end there. Maybe move that one over. All right, let's see if I can squeeze one more in. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to, and I have a little bit extra of this, this lace. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as my holder. You know, my little holder here like this. We're going to take this part and glue it down. And then we're going to take this part and glue it down. This poor glue gun. I clean it off and it gets back to disgusting in no time. I mean, come on. Look at this thing. Yikes. I have to clean it again. I just take an X-Acto and I just scratch all the stuff off with a pair of scissors. It is disgusting. All right. There's bird number one if you want a burn count. That's a birdie number one. All right, and I'm going to just glue this here at the top. I will use my scissors. I use my old scissors that don't cut. That would be smarter, right? Than doing that to another pair of scissors so they don't cut. All right, there we go. Now you can just tack it up like that. And if you don't want to use it like that, you can always just tuck it down and wrap a wire around it. It's up to you. Now I'm going to see if we have enough of this to go around. If not, I want to see how far it will go. So it might only go halfway around. So I'm going to start here at this top, and I'm going to go around. And if it only goes halfway around, that's all right. We'll make a moon-shaped wreath, and we'll make it go. We'll work with it here. So I do have more of this green sequin stuff, but I want to just use what I have. I don't want to add more. Let me see if I can just kind of scooch this down a little bit farther. Closer to the bottom. These sequins get turned around on this string, and it's hard to keep them all the same way. All right, so that'll work. That'll work. I'm just going to glue the end of that right on the front. That's okay, because we're going to cover it up. Burn number 2. All right, so what flowers do we want to start? I guess we're going to put the hydrangeas in the middle. These are all extra flowers. All right, so well, flung that sucker, didn't I? All right, I guess we can start with like a bunch over here, like this. It's just to get an idea of where we want to start. All right, so here we go. We're going to start right over here. And I want to get these cattails in there and figure out where I want these. Thinking I'm wanting these like this. And then I'm going to put the berries. See, that's all right. See, that's why it's okay that, you know, this didn't cover the whole spot. We're just going to hide it. Like that. Actually, we could even hide it in the back as well. So I don't know if this is going to work here in the front. All right. So I'm just going to tack it to the back here instead. All right, I'm tacking it to the back instead. Didn't I just say I wasn't going to use these scissors on the glue? I did, but I did it anyway. All right, so let me take off this piece of fuzz that's really annoying me. All right, so we're gonna, that's better. Yeah, there we go. We're gonna bend them a little bit so they're following the shape of the wreath. And then we're going to tack these down here. All right, now we're going to want these to dry, to set still. All right. And then we're going to want some for the top as well, the same way. We don't need this big, don't put these big thick pieces on, cut them off. You're just going to have too much of a hassle trying to get that to stay on your wreath. And then give them a slight bend so they follow the shape of your wreath. And then we're going to do the same thing up top. And then it's going to look like a crescent. See? All right. sometimes these branches can give you a bit of a hard time. So you might have to hold them onto your wreath until they glue down a bit. You can always use your scrap piece to do that too. Push them into the glue. I also have this vine over here. I don't know if I'm going to use this or not. Before I get too many flowers on there, I just want to give it a little wrap around and see what it looks like. It's not very, you don't get very much with this. This is from the Dollar Tree. So if we wrap it around, it's not going to cover a lot, I don't think. Ouch. All right. As I'm sticking my fingers in hot glue. I just want to see what it would look like. No, I'm not liking that. All right. Scram. All right, so we'll just do more cattails and we'll do some berries. We also have our other branches too. All right, I'm going to glue this guy right here. Can you see what I'm doing here? I'm just gluing another branch on. I'm burning my finger to crap. Ow. That felt great. All right. That was great. Okay. I think that's the, no, there's more over here. Good grief. All right, well, we don't need to put all of them on if we don't want to. I think I might put them all on, though. Okay, now I just need to push these down with my extra piece of cattail. And then this one came off, of course. All right. They're fighting me today, guys. They're fighting me. I'm not going to give up, though. I'm going to get them. I'm going to get them. Okay, you go back on where you were glued on, sir. Thank you. I'm stuck to the... It's one of those days where everything is not going as planned. All right, now, behave yourself and stay still. I think I might have got it. All right, so these are a bit long. We're going to chop these stems off, make them much tinier. And we're going to push the greens up. When we chop these, we want these to have a short stem too. You can leave some with a little bit of a longer stem, but don't leave them too long. And we're just going to tuck these in places we think they need to be. Whenever I make a wreath, I kind of let the wreath make itself, if that makes any sense. I know it sounds a little stupid, but I just let it happen. If it wants to go there, okay. That's where you're going to go then. All right. And these are the lighter colored. Or these the lighter color. Wow. That just all fell apart on me. Excuse me while I put this back together. Thank you. All right. Now I'm just going to cut this down a bit. And we have these little guys that we can stick in. And we have berries that we're going to glue on. I'm going to glue those right by the cattails here. Be careful, don't try not to smush those too much because they do fall apart, the berries. And if you're rough with them, they will come all apart on you. All right, I'm going to take some more of these. I'm going to leave these a little bit with a little bit of a stem on the bottom, not much. But I'm just gonna work them around where I want them. I have to add berries to the other end because we want the other end to look similar. So these were, there we go. Those were on another project that I was like, nope, I don't like it, and I ripped it apart. But I love the flowers. So I knew I wanted to reuse the flowers. And so I just ripped them all off painstakingly. And figured that, you know what, I'll figure out what I'm going to do with them eventually. And here they are. They're getting new life right now. All right. I'm just trying to figure out, do I want the berries all to be at the top and the bottom? This one's needs a little sculpting here. There we go. I'm liking that one right there. So we are going to put that one right there. I need to get some more of the light flowers, the light hydrangeas, and maybe you can't tell much of a difference, but there is a very slight difference in color. I'm going to take one of these hops plants. Come off, come off. There we go. This one, stay there. Behave. We're going to put this one on the outside. Don't forget to do your outsides. You know, let the flowers hang off the outside a tiny bit. Let them hang in the middle. You want them to droop down. Don't just shove them all in one spot. Okay, this one's chopped off here, so we'll use this one. We need a little bit more weight over here. There we go. And we have a little stack of berries here, so I'm going to place them here. We got another one of these. I'm going to stick that right like that. Okay. I'm going to use another light. Actually, let me use a darker one. I'm using a darker bunch. Let me see. how far I can go. Okay. Trying not to cover up my flowers on the bottom here and hide what I'm working so hard to make here. I think we need a little bit of white in the middles here to break it up a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to cut a couple of these, leaving the stem a little bit long because we're going to have to stick them down in. And you can bend these a little bit. Okay. All right. We have these here. I don't think I'm going to use those, but I definitely am going to put a couple of these on. These are the gypso. I love these. I think these are gorgeous. So we will definitely be using some of those. Let me see if we could use another one here. I don't want it to look too crazy. Let me see. Yeah, I think I like it better with the white one at the top. There we go. And I might put one more down at the bottom here just to even it out. I like this really curved one here. I'm going to use this one. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. There we go. Yep, I'm holding it up to you. I can't see. Okay. That's better. All right, so now we have these little pieces of gypso that we can tuck in. I already have some cut, a couple pieces, so I'm going to work with those first and get rid of all the branches here out of my way. Things that I didn't use. And I don't tend to keep the, I know some people keep all of the extra leaves that they have and everything, but I have bought so many flowers that if I did that, I would have bags and bags and bags of stuff laying around. And I am trying my best to use up the things that I got before I go and buy more. And I don't need to keep leaves because every time I, get flowers, you get leaves. So I just don't want a lot of clutter laying around. I'm trying to reduce my clutter. All right. I'm just going to move these over so I can see what we have here. All right, there we go. And if you like this little wreath in the background, I am putting a tutorial up for that one as well. I just recently did that one. That will be up probably before this one will be. So check that one out. And anything else that you see around my table, I have videos for. So if you like anything in the background that you see on the table, chances are I probably made it. All right, so now we're just going to start tucking a couple of these in. Some of them might need a little bit of I have a snip here. It's giving me troubles here. There we go. I just want to snip off the part where the old glue was, so it'll glue in nice. All right, now be careful with these when you put them on, because they are tiny and you don't want to burn yourself. And these, you know, just stick them in little random areas where you think it might need like a little pop of white. Sometimes they get stuck together and you have to pull them apart. They're just made that way, where they're just stuck together and you have to pull them apart. Okay, and I pretty much used up all of the extras. So now I'm going to work on, I'm just going to work on one bunch here. And I'll just take the whole bunch and I'll snip the end off. And that's how I use them. And I'll just pull them apart. And then I'll stick them in that way. Okay, I'm going to need a little bit more, so we're going to do the same thing. Just pop them off, give the end a snip. All right. Just look for a spot you missed here. Where's that other little guy? There you are. I think we need something here. This is feeling a little bit empty over here. So I'm just going to take, let me take one of these light ones. I'm going to stick it in there. There's a little hole right here on the side. And I'm not liking that right here. So I'm just going to move these little white berries or gypso, baby's breath, whatever you want to call it, and stick that in there. Yeah, that looks way better. Okay. All right, guys. And this is it. We're done with yet another wreath. I have one more sitting on my floor waiting for it to be put together. But I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I thank you so, so much from the bottom of my heart for watching these videos. And I hope you have a great day. Bye, guys. See you in the next one. Okay, so we have the same material that we used on our big wreath. I only had a tiny little bit left, and so I put that around one edge. That's all I had left of it. And then the rest I just wrapped with some twine around this part. We're going to put our flowers on the twine part. Okay? So we're going to do just like we did with the big one, and we're going to, you know, manipulate them around the wreath. Okay? Because I'm going to want these to go over a little bit like this. All right? And I didn't film this part of me wrapping the little tiny wreath up. This is just one of those 2-pack 8-inch wreaths from Dollar Tree. I didn't film that because I didn't think you wanted to sit here for 20 minutes and watch me twirl some twine around. It's really not that entertaining. But I have an idea for this. Hopefully it works when I'm done. So we're going to have 2 wreaths. We already did the big wreath. And then we're going to have this little mini wreath. And if my idea works, it's going to be great. If not, then you're just going to have 2 wreaths. Either way, still 2 cute wreaths. So I'm just bending them a little bit to try to, these are just branches that I have from Dollar Tree. All these flowers that I have in front of me, they are all from Dollar Tree. Hydrangeas, lilacs that are white, the hydrangeas that are 2 slightly different colored greens, and some gypso, and that's it. And we're just going to put this together really quick, really simple, and burning our fingers with the glue. See that? Got myself again. There's number 1. All right, so once we have a good amount of those on, I think we only have 2 left. Might as well add them on, right? No sense in keeping 2. That was a snap, crackle, pop. I better be careful with this one. You hear that glue coming out of there? Like, hey, I'm hot. Come put your finger in this. No, thank you. I need my skin. All right, so then we're just going to start gluing on our flowers. Take off your leaves or your paper there and push up the leaves. Not till the heads of the flowers pop off, mind you, but just to the end. I have like hot glue hanging off of my fingers where it's burned me. That's cool enough to pick off now. Mamma mia. Anyways, we're snipping these off with the greenery. And we're going to just tuck them in. Like this. Okay. I think I just might recut this bottom. Oh, then we got our lilacs too. I forgot about this. All right. Let me put a dark green one over here on this edge so it's evened out here. And then we can put our lilac in the middle. And be very careful when you're tucking these in because this glue is hot as blazes. I'm going to tuck another one in over here. got a nice little red mark on my finger where I burned myself. I have to clean off this glue gun. It is utterly disgusting. There's everything and anything hanging off of this. I mean, if you need a rubber band, it's probably stuck to the glue gun somewhere. Button, it's probably on there. Any kind of craft item. Hey, just pull it off the glue gun. It's already there. Hey. Makes crafting a lot easier. You don't have to look for. These we're going to make follow the branches. Like this. Don't forget to glue those little babies in there. And then when you're done, you of course want to look and make sure that there's not any spots where you feel it's kind of empty, like, maybe do I want to tuck some up in here? Just these two. They don't have any leaves, but that's all right because it's just a tiny little area where you can just stick a little so it doesn't look all too white in one spot. If you need to clip some off like that, absolutely do that. You'll see where you need to put it, where it needs to be, you know, brightened up, or if there's a hole, like, see there's a hole right there? So then you just get your stem and you just chop some more off, and then just shove them in there, and then glue them in. Fill up that space. I could make wreaths every day. I think they're so fun and easy. I think anybody could make a wreath. It's really, there's nothing to it. Oh, these guys are falling out the top here. All right. It'd be weird staying there. All right, that filled up that little spot better. Okay, so now we're just going to come back in with our, let me just snip this one off here. And remember, if you do have a couple extra flowers, save them. You can always use them for another project. Maybe you just need one or two little snips of a color somewhere. Or if you don't want to use them in another project, then you could always paint them. You could paint them white, you could paint them black, and you can use them in another project that way. That was the best way that I used them, you know, for Halloween. This little wreath here has a bunch of flowers on that I've been saving and saving. No, I don't like to waste things, so, you know, you buy these things and you pay money for it. Okay, yeah, it's only $1 a bunch of flowers, but when you're buying like 20 bunches of flowers and you only used half, it's kind of a waste to throw them away. So that's why I didn't want to do that. And so, you know, just saying, you'll figure it out. A lot of times I didn't think I was going to use the flowers that I bought, and I did. All right, so now we just have these little doodahs. You know the drill with this. Just like we did on the big wreath. We're just going to pop them in for little snips of color here and there. Okay. And then I'll show you what my idea is for this little wreath. Hopefully it works out. I have a bunch of crazy ideas for wreaths, and I'm going to share them with you. I got a crazy one for Easter already in mind. I know it didn't even get to be Christmas yet. Calm down. But I have one for Easter that I'm going to do. All right, so far, now we just got to get this top half here with the remaining. And I'm not minding if these stems are a little bit longer on these right now because they have to go deep in the flowers pretty good, so that's actually working out to my benefit right now. I just want to break up some of this green on this side. All right, there we go. Now we just need a little bit of a tie. So we're just going to use the same twine. If I can use my brain, that'd be great. Let me see, or did I want to do it that way? Oh, I'll do it this way. All right, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go to where the big wreath is, which is right over there. And I am going to see if my idea works. All right, now maybe I shouldn't put this on just yet. Hold on. All right, let me go to over here and I will take you with me in one second. All right, guys, here's our wreath. It's my nesting wreath, and it looks like it's all one wreath, but you can see that they're two, and I hung them up separately so you can put them together. If you want to wire them to stay permanently together, you can do that, but I left it so that you can take them apart. You could also spin this wreath so that the ribbon part is facing the flowers and that the flowers on the little wreath is facing out where there is none on the big wreath. But I liked it so with both of the flowers were together, so it kind of combined, and you didn't notice that, you know, hey, look at this, you know, you can just take this little wreath off here. All right, so that's what it looks like together. And then you simply pull this guy out of the middle, and look at that. Now you have two separate wreaths. How cool is that, right? You could also spin it, like I was saying, so that the flowers are this way and tuck it back into the big wreath. You're going to have to make all your flowers match, but check that out. Now it's a different design. And it looks like a completely different wreath. Okay, you could even spin your wreath some more. And it looks even different. Even more different. Keep spinning it and it'll keep changing. Okay? You decide what way you want to showcase your wreath. Do you want it together? Do you want it separate? Which side do you want it to be flipped to? You want it to make it look like there's flowers all the way around? Do you want to make it look like it's coming up to a spiral? It's up to you. But there is that, and that is for you, Claire. Enjoy. I hope you like it. Thank you for all your love and support. And thank you guys for watching. And let's get on with it, and I'll show you how to make both of these wreaths.